Hey, it's Adam Sewell, MD. In this video, I want to talk about some of the advanced longevity medications and therapies you might have heard about and explain them in simple language. I am going to cover things like rapamycin, senolytics, medications that help metabolism, and NAD support, and how I think about them inside a full longevity program. Let's start with rapamycin. Rapamycin is a medication that affects a pathway in your cells called mTOR. You can think of mTOR as a growth and building switch. When mTOR is very active all the time, your body focuses on growth and storage. When you gently turn that switch down once in a while, your body shifts into repair and cleanup mode, a process called autophagy. Autophagy is like taking out the cellular trash. Your cells recycle damaged proteins and clean up internal messes. In animal studies, carefully dosing rapamycin has extended lifespan. In humans, we use it cautiously, usually once a week in low to moderate doses, to encourage that repair mode without overwhelming the system. We monitor labs and adjust the dose based on your response. Rapamycin is not a magic pill. It is a tool that can be powerful when used correctly on top of a solid foundation of lifestyle and metabolic health. Next, Senolytics. Senolytics are therapies aimed at helping your body remove old, damaged cells called senescent cells. These cells are sometimes called zombie cells because they do not function properly, but they do not die either. They sit in tissues and secrete inflammatory chemicals that damage their neighbors. Common senolytic approaches include short, pulsed combinations like dasatinib with quercetin or high-dose fisetin. These are usually given for a few days at a time, maybe once a month or once every few months, not every day. The idea is to give the body a brief push to clear out these problematic cells, then allow the tissues time to recover and regenerate. Again, this is not something everyone needs, and it is not something to do casually. In my practice, I consider senolytics in selected patients after we've already improved metabolic health and controlled basic inflammation. Now let's talk about medications that help metabolism. Two classes that come up a lot are GLP-1 receptor agonists and SGLT2 inhibitors. GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and others in that family help regulate appetite, slow stomach emptying, and improve blood sugar control. They can be very effective for weight loss and for improving insulin resistance. When used properly, they can help patients reduce visceral fat and improve metabolic markers, which is very important for longevity. SGLT2 inhibitors work in the kidneys to cause more glucose to be excreted in the urine. This can lower blood sugar, reduce blood pressure slightly, and they have been shown to provide benefits for heart and kidney health in certain patients. In selected cases, they are another tool to help clean up metabolic risk. Then there are medications like acarbose, which reduce the spike in blood sugar after high carbohydrate meals by slowing carbohydrate breakdown in the gut. In longevity research, acarbose has shown benefits in animal models and is sometimes used in humans as part of a broader strategy to blunt large glucose spikes. Now let's talk about NAD support. NAD is a molecule in your cells that is central to energy production and DNA repair. As we age, NAD levels tend to drop. Supporting NAD can be done with precursors like nicotinamide riboside or nicotinamide mononucleotide, and by reducing activity of enzymes that break down NAD, for example, with certain plant compounds. The goal is to support the cell's ability to produce energy efficiently and repair damage. In my practice, I do not treat any of these medications or supplements as standalone magic bullets. I see them as instruments in an orchestra. If your sleep, nutrition, stress, movement, and hormones are all out of tune, adding one fancy instrument does not make the music sound good. When we get the basics right first, these advanced therapies can extend and deepen the benefits. That is how I use them for my patients. In the next video, I will explain how we actually reverse biological age over time, how long it takes to see changes, and what kind of results are realistic.